It's Hannah.
And Trevor.
And it's Disney Pinsomniac. Today we have kind of a unique video. I was thinking about how do we do a mystery reaction without mystery boxes. And, you know, here we are with a thing that is not a mystery box.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be doing a like mystery for each other video where we've both picked out 3 pins that represent traits or attributes or make us think of the other person, and we will be sharing with each other those pins. Now, none of these pins are new pins, but I thought it would be a fun way to kind of look at our pins and think of each other and share those with you all.
That way you get to know our collection better and possibly us better as well.
Yes, we will do more mystery boxes in the future, but we want to kind of use some of the things that we already have to create content, to stretch ourselves so that we're not just doing the same content over and over again. Now, today, what we're going to do is we're going to have, I haven't seen them and he hasn't seen mine, so we'll do every other pin for each other.
They're behind you, so don't.
Okay. So we're gonna do every other pin. I'll show Trevor a pin and y'all a pin and why I picked it for Trevor, and then he'll do one and back and forth. So there'll be 6 pins we're showing all together today. So I will go ahead and start. I'm gonna start with the very first pin that I thought I wanted to show. Okay, ready, Trevor?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Spider-Man.
Okay, this is a pin of Spider-Man, and this is a pin that we got at the mall. There was like a collectibles store and someone was selling this in Portland. We've shown it before on the channel. I know Trevor especially loves this pin because of the coloring of the suit. But it's my turn to talk about this pin and why I think it makes me think of Trevor. Okay, so the reason that I picked this with thinking about Trevor is because I have some positive memories with Trevor associated with Spider-Man. Besides this being his favorite hero of like all time, we went and saw No Way Home, and we saw it together in the theater. It was like opening night, yep. And I think I looked over at him at one point in the movie, and he might have looked the happiest I've ever seen him look. Because it was just like this pure childlike joy of seeing characters that he loved on screen in a new story. And I wanted to show this pin because Trevor really is a child at heart, but not in like the annoying way where like he doesn't know how to be an adult, but in the way where he is able to just experience a lot of joy through the things that he loves. And I didn't realize, even when we got married, that he loved Spider-Man so much. I knew that he had watched it and grew up on it, but I didn't realize this was such a big deal for him, or even how much he quotes it regularly to me, like in our day-to-day lives. That I didn't realize, or the memes, or just the things that are really important to him. This was a big part of his childhood, was the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies that he loves. And to me, this kind of represents that like childlike joy that I love seeing Trevor experience, and so that's why I picked this pin.
I love it. That's an excellent choice.
Thank you. Okay, you ready to go? Okay. I'm nervous.
Nervous?
Yeah, I'm nervous. What if it's weird?
This is my first pick.
Aw, okay, okay. Do you want to show it?
It's an obvious choice. Yeah, I'll show it. Okay, this is my first pick for Hannah, and it's Princess Leia. Oh, thank you. And it says Trailblazer, and I picked this for a few reasons. One, because Hannah is obviously a huge fan of Princess Leia, and I see a lot of crossover in personality there for sure, and especially this pin saying Trailblazer, because I think Hannah is in a lot of ways a trailblazer and is a really driven and hardworking person, which I think is not unlike the Princess Leia.
Thank you. It's very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The next pin that I have This is the next pin I have, and it's of Mochi. And this pin is probably like Trevor's favorite pin that we own, one of them.
I like this one.
Look at that cute little face. Oh my gosh,
It
so
looks like
cute.
our cat.
It does look more like our cat than a lot of the other Mochi pins.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's mostly a white cat.
Yep.
Okay, so the reason I picked this pin, besides the fact that we have a cat named Mochi, though I did specify with Trevor when we did this that we weren't going to pick pins that were like representative of our relationships, because like otherwise we just pick all the ones that are like,
Cute.
you're cute and
Cute.
I love you, but like about each other as people. So I picked this pin because Trevor really loves animals, and when we were dating, that was one of the first things that actually like indicated to me that he was like a good guy. I think that you can tell a lot about someone based on whether or not they like animals. And you don't have to like every animal, but I do think it's a little bit of a red flag, and you guys can like fight me in the comments or whatever, but a little bit of a red flag if like your favorite activity to do is like hunt and kill animals, even if they're like hunting animals. I just think that's kind of a red flag to me. And so to me it's really important because I really like animals, and I don't like every animal, like I'm not gonna lie. Like there are like big dogs, I'm not a huge fan of big slobbery dogs, that's not my cup of tea. But I know that Trevor like loves all creatures that he interacts with, and I am grateful for that. And this pin, also Mochi's doing this little thing, and when, this is embarrassing, but when Trevor wants a kiss sometimes, he makes a face like that on the pin because he wants me to give him a kiss. And it's just a really cute pin, and made me think of Trevor and his love for creatures and animals, and also his cute little kissy face. And also this was one of the first pins that he bought that he wanted to buy. He found it online and was like, I'm buying this pin.
Yeah,
and like bought
that.
it himself.
Yeah.
So that was really sweet, because usually we talk together about like the pins, but every once in a while he'll find one he's like, nah, that's coming home with me. And this was one of them. So yeah.
Cute. I love that. Okay, this next one's kind of interesting, and I'm gonna explain it.
Oh, that makes me nervous.
It's not as obvious, maybe. I'm gonna show it first.
I'm not gonna look.
You're not gonna look?
Okay, now look. Oh, interesting.
Yeah. This is the stained glass scene from Beauty and the Beast.
It's part of a mystery set, and I believe it was a limited release. Let me just check. No, it was not limited release. It doesn't look like, sorry.
Just a mystery set?
Just a mystery set that was released for the anniversary of Beauty and the Beast.
Okay, gotcha.
It's the only one we have from the set.
Anyone that's followed the channel a bit knows that I really like this movie, and really one of the main reasons I like this movie. I like this movie more than Hannah, for sure. But,
I like it, that's fine.
But really the reason I like it is because of like this scene in the beginning, really particularly, and a lot of it, because it has such like a unique artistic aesthetic appeal to me that is just really nostalgic, and I just really like it a lot. And it's like, I think it like watching all of them, I think like all of the classic Disney cartoons, animated movies, they are like all very beautifully animated and have like a really distinct style. But something about Beauty and the Beast just like really, it's just really satisfying. And so I picked this because it's like Hannah. You have a very good sense of style, and very are aesthetically appealing and very beautiful.
Aww,
And that's one thing I
very
really
sweet.
appreciated, even from when we first met, that you like have a really good sense of style, whether it be of architecture or clothing, or just a really good eye. And like that's, to me, this might not make fully make sense to you, but this is like just, it really represents that to me. So
Thank you. For a little bit of context, for those of you who might be like, that doesn't make any sense. My family, raised me to have, and raised my siblings for us to really focus on having an artistic eye,
that's
to
what it
find
is.
beauty in like everything. So
you're like a photographer, and you know.
that's really sweet. I just want to say, I'm only throwing that in there because I know what Trevor's saying.
Yeah, if
And
you
it's
watch
very
the
sweet.
channel alone, like maybe, you know, it might be harder to see, but it's true. It's true. Trust me.
It's really sweet. Thank you, Trevor. Okay, my last pin for Trevor.
Oh, I love this one. I picked this one out too, I think.
Oh yeah, you bought this. You wanted this one too. Okay, this is the Kenobi pin. It was part of the Loungefly pins for the Kenobi TV show. It's like a glossy. I don't know. It's not like enamel. I don't think.
Is it Loungefly? I didn't realize it was. I thought it was a Disney.
Oh, you are right. It is not.
It's just an open edition.
It's just we got it at Hot Top, not Hot Topic, at Box Lunch.
Yeah.
And it's just a Disney open edition pin.
Yeah. I really like the color.
Yes. If we spoke the Jedi language, could read that, we could tell you
it
what it
says
is.
Kenobi.
I meant the small print right here.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Okay. The small print right here.
Can you not read it?
Oh my gosh, no, I can read it. This is so embarrassing. It says Jedi Master restoring balance to the Force. It's not even, oh my gosh, it's because I was looking at it backwards through the camera.
Yeah.
That's really embarrassing.
Well, it's more embarrassing that I thought you were talking about the large
Is it more embarrassing? I don't know. Okay, well, here's my spiel about this. So when I was younger, Kenobi I don't think was really my favorite character. It was sad watching A New Hope when old Ben died and everything. That was definitely sad. But that's all you see of him. And then in the prequels, he's not really the protagonist for the first two. Really, he's this side supporting character. Mm-hmm. And then he kind of becomes the protagonist in the third movie. And then in the Clone Wars, the animated Clone Wars, he has a big role. Mm-hmm. But the reason I picked this pin is because when we watched the Kenobi show, I really fell in love again. I will say again because I liked him before as well, with the Kenobi as a character, because he, I think, to me, represents in many ways the true good of the Star Wars universe. He is pure and wants good for people. He has flaws, just like everyone else has flaws, but I think that as a younger character, younger person, I didn't like his character as much because it was almost boring. Because that's how I felt too. Because he was really good, and he wasn't the guy who was going to go and make the unnecessary risk that could harm his teammates. He was going to do. Really. He was really level-headed and he was just a good guy, a good character, and this is how I'm relating this. When I was dating, and I dated a lot, I liked dating. I did not always value kindness or goodness in people that I was dating, because I went through a large time where what was most important to me when I was dating someone was if they were intelligent and if they were good looking. And those two things were the priority for me, because I thought that if they were those things that somehow they would, and this is going to sound so stupid, but I thought that I grew up with a lot of kind people, so I took for granted that attribute, not thinking of it as being something that I needed to seek out. I thought that everyone was pretty much kind, and that it was more important for me to find someone to date that was smart, because I felt that was less common. Now, when I started dating Trevor, I was just blown away by how good of a person he was, and how sincere and genuine, and how he had a good heart. And it sounds so silly when I say it now, but I was oh my gosh, is this what it's like to date someone who's a good person? It was amazing, and I felt so happy, and I felt so good being around him. And so I picked this pin not only because we love Star Wars, the two of us, and we loved watching Kenobi. We watched it before I went to work some days. It was a big deal watching Kenobi together. Yeah. So not only do I have that fond memory with him, but also to me, kind of how Kenobi is the ultimate good, Trevor is that in my life. He is the person that has a true sense of what is right and wrong, and will do what is right, and he has a good heart. I have not met a lot of people in my life, and not to be too cheesy here, not met a lot of people in my life who have, it's like almost without guile, like that, like good, pure heart, and Trevor has that. I love a lot of people in this world, but not everyone is as good as my husband is. So
Thank you.
that's my
That
pick.
means a lot. That's really, I liked that connection because I didn't immediately see it, so that's really cool. Thank you. All right, the last one is the obvious choice.
Is it Tiana?
It is, but you don't know which one it is.
I don't. Are you going to show me? Oh! Do you want to show the camera?
Of course. All right, well, here we have Tiana, and it's kind of her in like the restaurant, her restaurant, and it says ambitious. What other important context is this? It's just a
Part of a mystery set.
mystery set, yeah. Oh, that's right, I remember this one. So the reason I knew that I wanted to pick a Tiana pin because she is very ambitious, which I think is one of my favorite traits about Hannah, is her ambition. I was thinking about which one to pick, and obviously this one says ambitious on it. But the main reason I picked this is because this is like, it's not just Tiana like in her dress or like as a frog, for example. It's like her like following her dream and like doing what she set out to do. Like it's her in her like most I'm gonna say content, or maybe like just the place that she would want to be in, right? Which made me think of Hannah, because Hannah is an incredibly driven and ambitious person who, like I said, one of my favorite attributes of hers, that really that doesn't settle for less than what she knows she can do, and what she wants to accomplish, whether that be making the world a better place or solving, complex issues. So
That's really sweet.
that's what I see, like, and I know Tiana's like one of Hannah's favorite Disney princesses, and I'm sure that there's maybe a relation to that.
I love that Tiana is able to stay true to herself but still grow throughout the movie.
Yes.
And she's able to have a relationship and be happy and also still grow. I think so many times the world we live in phrases some of these things like one or the other. That like you can be happy and fulfilled in your relationships, or you can accomplish what you want to do professionally.
And this pin is like her doing that, which I really liked.
Yeah. So I love that Tiana has it all and grows throughout it all. She doesn't have to sacrifice who she is, but she still can change in positive ways. Okay, so here's a collection of all of our pins. Thank you, Trevor. That was really sweet. So as a quick summary, if that's okay, if I do that.
Yeah.
We got these 6. So my picks for Trevor were like his joy and childlike joy, his love for animals, and his good heart. And I just want to say really quickly, this is just really important to me. I was talking about how important intelligence is to me. Trevor is smart. I know. I just want to make it clear. I didn't sacrifice on intelligence when I chose to marry Trevor, just to be clear. I just got that and a person who's a really amazing person as well. We have trailblazer, ambitious, and artistic eye, which, wow, that was not what I would have guessed for that pin. So, well, I don't know. Was this a good idea? Let us know what you think. Was this too much cheesiness? I am glad we did this even just for ourselves, just because it is nice to go through your collection and find meaning in the things that you already own. We're working on trying to have a more, like, one of the things we've noticed with a lot of Disney consumption is that it can get really heavy on acquiring more things. And we do not want to let our love for nerdy, fun Disney things become something that we're just consuming like casual. Like, we don't want to just like own things to own things. We want to find joy in the things that we own. So thanks for being part of our little journey here with that today.
I want to hear if you guys liked this format of video, and maybe we'll kind of experiment with more ideas coming soon, hopefully, and be on the lookout for, different kinds of videos and a lot of the same stuff as well.
We're always gonna like unboxing pins.
Yeah. So, and if you have any ideas as well, then feel free to shout it out in the comments. So.
And thanks so much for sticking around. If you got all the way here in this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We really would appreciate if you stuck around. And if you really liked us, you can hit that bell for notifications. And hopefully this wasn't too cheesy for you all. If you want to know more about me and Trevor as people, we would love to hear what kinds of questions you have for us. We have been told that some people might want to know more about us, but we don't really know like what people would like to know. Like, tell us more about you is like kind of like a, like, I don't know.
Yeah, we could even do like a Q&A type of video if you really wanted to. Maybe we'll save that for like a giveaway and or like larger subscriber count event.
Or now, you guys are our friends. Most of our subscribers are people that we have met in the pin community that we really love. So if you guys want to know more about us, drop those questions below and we'll see what we can come up with to either answer them for you now or make a video with it. So thank you so much and have a wonderful day, okay? Bye!